There are currently 6,000 people waiting on the transplant list for an organ donor. 400 people each year lose their lives whilst waiting on the transplant list.
You're all the time waiting. It is like waiting to be shot because you just don't know what's happening.
The people you are about to see have all been affected by organ donation in some way.
You know, if you're quick enough to say you'd receive one, I don't get why you wouldn't give. Save those people. You know, there's so many people, you never know, it may be you or your family member one day.
You know, the gift of life that has been given to Max is priceless.
The law is changing in England. When it changes, will you stay in or opt out?
We have the most precious of opportunities to save lives and to give hope to many. And we must not miss that opportunity.
From May the 20th, 2020, all adults will be automatically added to the organ donation register to offer those who are given a death sentence before their time a second chance at life. One person who has been waiting to receive his second chance is 50-year-old Stephen Kelsey. He says his illness came as a shock to both him and his wife Tracy.
The condition's called ANCA A positive vasculitis. It's an autoimmune disease that attacks your red blood cells. Very simple. Your red blood cells become twice as big. They're going to attack your white blood cells and then they're going to attack one of your 4 organs. It's rare, very, very rare. 1 in 4.5 million. So there's probably only 40 people in the country got it. And it was a hell of a shock. It came on so sudden, didn't know what had happened, but it was bang. And the reality of it was, you're really poorly now.
3.1.
Excluding.
Stephen attends dialysis 3 times a week to ensure his kidneys do not fail. He explained what life is like waiting for his transplant.
You're all the time waiting. It is like waiting to be shot because you just don't know what's happening. I think most people can deal with yeses and nos. It's we've got nothing to tell you yet. And it drags on.
Stephen's wife Tracy has remained strong for the both of them. She says his illness has had a profound impact on their lives.
It's hard to describe in words, really. Going to work, doing a full-time job, going to visit him hospital, staying there till obviously after o'clock at night. I think it was more of a rundown physical sense where it can happen for so long and then you just sort of like kind of erupt. There's only so much a body can take, isn't there, at the end of the day? I will always worry. It will always be there for the rest of our lives, I think.
Stephen is one of the lucky ones though, as they have recently found out that Tracy is a donor match.
I just remember getting a text at work and it just says, I'm a match. And I felt sick. I felt sick. And I can remember like putting the phone down and just looking round, a bit of, where's the hidden camera? Is this real? Feeling a bit surreal. Like, have I just dreamt that?
Everybody plods on with their life, don't they? And I feel as though I need to do this good thing. Even if it's just one good thing in my life, then this is what it needs to be.
This change in this law's so long overdue. So long overdue. You've just got to think, haven't you? It's like if it were one of your family who needed it, or you'd been as close to this, and you could save them. It will naturally increase the amount of available organs for people.
I find it sad that some people may want to opt out because unfortunately people do lose their lives, but for them to lose a life gains another life to carry on. I think that's a really good thing. I think they should have done it years ago.
The law on organ donation is also known as Max and Kira's Law, which was named after 2 children. One of those children is Kira Ball, who was just 9 years old when she passed away and donated her organs.
30th of July 2017, I was involved in a road traffic accident on the North Devon Link Road. There was myself, my son Bradley and Kira in the car, and we had a head-on collision. I was trapped in the car. Bradley wasn't trapped but had a lot of injuries due to his seatbelt, but luckily the airbag saved him in the front. Kira was in the back, and I remember looking back and it just looked like she was sleeping in the seat. You know, Kira wouldn't want either of us to blame ourselves, but nothing will take that guilt away that, you know, Kira trusted me to look after her, and I felt that I didn't.
But Kira being a Barnstable, I didn't think it was that bad, because obviously she didn't get airlifted. So I thought she'd be the better out of the two. I asked for Kira to be brought out to Bristol so we could all be together. And they did say then that they didn't think that she'd make the trip. But I said, yes, she will make the trip. So yeah, so they brought her up, and I think she arrived about 1 o'clock Sunday morning. It was just an instant yes. Because you're going through the brain dead test and seeing that there was literally nothing else whatsoever, it just seemed like a no-brainer.
If you're quick enough to say you'd receive one, I don't get why you wouldn't give. Save those people. You know, there's so many people, you never know, it may be you or your family member one day.
Me and Kira's going to be singing a song used for Still Missing You and that.
Kira's donation saved 4 lives. Lorana and Joe hope this change will ensure their daughter's spirit, and others too, can live on.
Children especially, they've been in hospital for the majority of their life. So if organ donation isn't always a saviour, but if it can give them an extra 1, 2, 3, 4 years of normal living, then that's a big bonus.
Kira's no longer here, but she's made a difference to those people, and she was only 9. You know, that's just incredible, and we will keep fighting to keep Kira's name out there, that she's done an incredible thing.
Max Johnson was just a typical 9-year-old boy before he fell ill in 2016. Originally, he was diagnosed with asthma until his condition became fatal.
What they think had happened was early autumn. A virus had gone from his throat down to his heart, attacked his heart, made it large, which meant that his heart couldn't pump the blood effectively around his body. So he was in end-stage heart failure by that point, and then was transferred to the Freeman Hospital and put on the urgent heart transplant list.
I think I would describe it as though sort of a body blow and an uppercut landed at the same time. I was rocked, and I remember Max by this point was exhausted. He was very small. He'd lost a lot of weight. You know, he's quite slight anyway, and he was just lying on the bed in the fetal position. I remember looking at him and I welled up because I thought, you're fighting for your life.
My dad told me that they said I was in risk of dying any moment. My heart could have stopped any second.
Whilst waiting for a transplant, Max became the face of the Mirror's Change the Law for Life campaign.
So we were approached by the Mirror for an interview to share Max's story. And it really all snowballed from there with the publicity that would be generated. If there's more awareness about it, then people might talk about it more, and you might end up with a higher consent rate with the law change as the springboard.
Max spent 201 days waiting on the list. He received Kira's heart, which ultimately saved his life.
When you need an organ donation, it's an indefinite wait until a heart becomes available. So we knew a child had died. You know, Max was alive thanks to the generosity of another family. Max wouldn't be here without the Ball family.
You know, the gift of life that has been given to Max is priceless. Utterly priceless.
Max and Kira's Law was created in the hope it will save more lives on the transplant list. But not everyone agrees with this. Daniel Martin is a former NHS worker who remains uneasy about this change.
I still have reservations about actually giving my organs. It just feels uneasy. It's something that is kind of inside of me directly. It's a lot like something that's been stuck in my head for generations, as if it's been there before me thinking about it as a whole. It's like a primal instinct more than anything else. It doesn't feel right. Part of it is morals, and then part of it is also just a strange unease about it.
Whilst everyone will soon automatically be opted in, it is still the families who have the final say when someone dies. The conversation on organ donation must continue in order for the lives of those waiting to improve.